Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Bunker TV, dem Kanal für Neofolk, Black Metal und Suppenkultur. Ich bin Chris Coffin und ich bin heute mal außerhalb des Bunkers und ich komme gerade von einem schönen Konzert von By the Spirits und an meiner Seite ist der Michał von By the Spirits. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I asked you to make a little interview. And you said yes. It's a great honor for me that you said yes to the interview. And I got 10 questions. I would say, let's start. And for all the people who doesn't know By the Spirits, what do you think? What does the sound of By the Spirits like?
What does the sound like By the Spirits like? It's I would say it's kind of, folk, but dark folk. It's like, rooted deep in the folk music, but it's like dark with some elements of the, some inspirations coming from the black metal music and all the dark music.
Okay. Why do you decide to make neofolk and no, I don't know, some death metal or stuff?
Okay, so the story is like, I really wanted at some point to have like kind of, maybe probably black metal bands, and I came to this idea, and then I started to look for the people which I can bring to this band, but I haven't found like suitable people for in my opinion for the band. So I decided like, let's do this like solo, but I was like not really confident with doing like really solo black metal act, especially I was thinking about playing shows and stuff. So I decided let's do like, kind of, neofolk music, which I really liked at this point as well. And decided like, let's do neofolk music and with some kind of, like I would say black metal atmosphere in it, like with some lyrics and with some imagery and stuff. So that's what I decided to do the neofolk kind of dark folk project.
What themes influence your lyrics?
Oh, what themes? I would say like the answer is very, very simple. It's mostly the nature and the nature around my region where I live in Lower Silesia in Poland. So it's mostly that, and I was a little bit in some kind of occult stuff a few years back, and that also influenced some lyrics inside the By the Spirits. But it was like very personal. All the stuff was very personal, so I decided like not to publish any of these lyrics publicly. So it stays like, let's say, hidden, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, you talk about the nature from Lower Silesia, and you seem to walk a lot in the forest of them. And what do you think? What strange you can draw from nature for you and for your lyrics, for your music?
Let's say. That's a difficult question, I would say. When I was the lyrics mostly were born during the one of this all these walks around the mountains there, and the inspiration was coming mostly during these walks. And I'm not the person who can just like sit and write the lyrics like at the table.
Yeah.
Most of the time it was like I was walking somewhere and I have to find some I don't know, kind of spiritual connection to the place when I am, and it's mostly coming from like instantly to me, and I can record or write some lyrics on anything I have handy. So yeah, that's how it works.
To take your place into the nature and let the the influences flow.
Yes, and without even have intention find out the lyrics or any kind of idea. I just go there, and it sometimes happens, sometimes not.
Yeah,
depends on the many factors around me.
Okay, thank you. So here we go for the next. Yeah, you teased it on. Neofolk and black metal can unleash a very special power. And whether you think are there similarities between neofolk and black metal?
I think there is a lot. I mean, in my case, the connection was some kind of imaginary, like my logo. I think it can also work perfectly for a kind of black metal band. And that was the idea.
Yeah.
And also the lyrics and the theme of nature and kind of occult kind of stuff also. So it's like the very, very, very brief connection, very like strong connection. And that's why also I like trying to escape from this, kind of, military stuff, neofolk kind of, themes, because I haven't felt that like it was right for my music, and it was like too far away from the first like idea of this kind of black metal praising nature bands.
Yeah. Okay. Our world seems to moving faster and faster at the time. And do you think that this makes neofolk more attractive for the people, or where do you see in the scene of the neofolk in 10 years?
Oh, that's that's interesting. I haven't thought about that. I mean, of course, the world is like really, the living in this world is like really, really, really fast, and all the stuff is like going crazy. But I think that could be for some people like the factor attracting people to the neofolk. Like they're looking for something like different, something like more, not so. I hate using this word, but not so mainstream. It's something really, really like unique, let's say, because neofolk is like really niche and people like looking for some music, some really weird and different music. We probably at some point find neofolk, but I cannot say for most of the people if this is the factor which attracts them to this music. This was something which me attracts to this music at some point in my life. So yeah.
Okay. Which bands have influenced you, and what music do you listen in your private life when you are at home?
Okay, so which bands influenced me? It was, I would say, no surprise. It was like I discovered Neofolk with bands like Death in June, Car 93, of course, and before even Death in June and Car 93, I was a lot into the Coil band. And before, of course, black metal, but currently, and this is like I would say the most influential on the sound of By the Spirits, some kind of like forest black metal bands, Coil, and some neofolk classics, of course, and also some old folk music, like really real folk music from Poland, and not only. I had a lot of fun discovering like really obscure kind of recordings in the internet and looking for some inspiration like that. And if it comes to currently like my taste in music, I listen like too much of music, too much stuff, and I'm trying not to keep myself close to any genre. I was like I'm trying to discover as much music as possible. I'm coming from some kind of electronic music, ambient stuff. I listen to a lot of ambient music as well because it's made me like really in a good mood, let's say, and help me focus on things. And also I listen to a lot some punk music as well. I even sometimes like to listen like some kind of pop music. Like I love Lady Gaga, for example, and I don't find anything like wrong with this. And also some kind of hip hop rap music as well. So in my taste, it's like
very open-minded.
Yes, I don't even try to close myself in one genre.
Yeah,
okay. If it's works, that works.
Pretty cool. Do you find your inspiration for your lyrics in you call it in nature and maybe or in books or in films, movies, and other stuff?
Not really like directly in films or movies. Mostly, like I said, it's like kind of I would say like creative flow coming to me. And sometimes when I read these lyrics afterwards, I realize that it probably was somewhere before, something what I heard or read before, but I'm not even trying to find this source of it. So it's like let it be like this. So it's not like coming directly for any kind of media, but probably it's it's the same with the melodies. You write some music and you feel like, oh, I know this melody, but I don't know when it's coming from. But I'm not trying to find the source. I was like, okay, I like it, and let's say like
comes completely random.
Yes, exactly. And if it sounds like obvious, of course, like, oh, okay, that's song. I'm just simply covering someone. I'm like, okay, that's maybe not the best idea, but with some kind of different little things coming in, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, okay. Back to the fast-moving world in there we live. Why do you think it is important in this fast-moving times to return to topics such as nature, love, and the history of our ancestors and spirituality?
I mean, I don't want to, and I don't feel like I should force people to tell them what's right, what's wrong. If someone feels okay with this world, how it is right now, I'm fine with it, unless it doesn't hurt someone. But for me, it was very important, and it is very important to find some space, some kind of thing that can help me to disconnect a little bit from the like the everyday life we all have. But I don't feel like to be in a position to tell someone you have to be like that and you have to focus on the nature because it's like important. For me, it's important. For someone, it might be not. It might be something completely different, and that's perfectly fine.
Okay. So we are at the last question. Where are the next plans for By the Spirits? What comes next?
Oh. Okay, so I don't want to say too much about it, but I'm from working on a new album. I don't know when it will be done, and how much it will take to finish it, and how it will sound like in like and what it will be form of this album. It's in the process. It's a painful process because I don't like to be forced to just release music for the sake of releasing it. I don't feel like it's the right way to work with music and any kind of form of art. So I feel like if I will be ready, there will be a new album or anything like in any form. I'm mostly right now also focus on my different project on some kind of ambient electronic music. So it also takes a lot of time, but it helps me to also find some inspiration for the By the Spirits music, because it helps me. It's like more experimental stuff and helps me more to find some interesting sounds and interesting melodies. So it also influences will influence probably how next By the Spirits record, whatever it will be and whenever it will be, will sound like.
Okay. So stay tuned for the K-pop album by the Spirits.
Yeah.
Coming up. Michał, we are finished. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your answers and for your time. It was a very nice concert.
Thank you.
And check it out by the Spirits and at Bandcamp and social media and all the stuff, you know the game. And buy the music, of course. And stay tuned for the next upcoming album. Michał, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hope to see you next time very soon.
Thank you very much.
Ja, danke schön für eure Aufmerksamkeit. Ihr wisst ja, wer fühlen will, muss hören. Deswegen hört bei the Spirits und hört genau hin und fühlt genau hin. Dankeschön für eure Aufmerksamkeit. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.